Hey fellow comrades, how you guys been doing? Welcome back. Today we got ourselves a match against Ippi, and Ippi surprisingly decided to, brought in some of the stuff that I've yet to face. Surprisingly, we got Halucha, which is actually very underrated, extremely threatening. Late game, this thing can rape faces. No question about it. I'm sorry guys for harsh words there, but this is total truth. That thing is nothing to mess around with, That thing is definitely nothing to mess around with. Then we got Clowitzo. I'm not too sure if I butcher his name, but then again, it is pretty much my specialty to butcher every Pokemon's name. It's just the way it goes. You gotta deal with that. Anyways, I'm gonna lead with Eelektross. I do decide to go for the T-Punch. I didn't want to overpredict too much. It's kind of early. I'm gonna go for U-turn. He's gonna go for Shadow Sneak, get some prior damage, which is actually pretty great because that's gonna allow me to switch out to Raikou and not take any damage on the switch. So much appreciated. Now that thing looks sick, hands down. That shiny form is absolutely insane. Love it. It's smiling. I decided to throw in some balls, and it did not appreciate that one bit. Takes a lot of damage from it. C-Bomb on top taking damage. Raikou does take it quite well. Afterwards, I'm kind of thinking, well, Shadow Ball is kind of expected. I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch to see what kind of switch he will do. He's probably gonna switch out, which he does, to Aromatisse. It doesn't take it all that well, but from my my viewing experience, mostly on Showdown, because I barely ever faced this Pokemon. I believe this is my second time facing it outside of Archizel, Ryland using it against me, is that most of these things are defensive, in some sort, more of a supportive Pokemon. So Aroma Whale is actually gonna block me from using Torment. And for all you guys that are wondering why am I using Torment, I don't have Pain Split on this. I was like, you know what, I want to go with Torment just for the sake of it. Let's see when there's gonna be a situation when Torment is gonna be useful. Unfortunately, I use it against the wrong Pokemon. I was kind of expecting him to switch out, kind of fearing the Sludge Bomb, because yeah, those things I believe can run the Aroma Therapy, which kind of makes sense when you actually look at all the aroma in the name and everywhere that's about that Pokemon. I believe it can run that. It totally makes sense. But he's gonna go for the Warpulse, ladies and gentlemen, with its ability, and this definitely being specs. Crit does so much that I was legitimately thinking this is a whole new level. The reason I'm saying this is because that Mega Garchomp, ladies and gentlemen, was running Assault Vest. That is around 300 special defense, yet he did what, 75% with a crit? That is sick. That is a 2-shot without a doubt. I decided to sack Weezing, which was probably the biggest mistake, seeing that his team kinda is weak to Weezing, yet I decided for some reason to sack it. Looking at it back, I'm definitely face bombing, but I'm only a human being making mistakes. Hopefully it's not gonna happen, but mistakes are bound to happen anyways. Hopefully we're gonna pass around that. That was definitely silly on my behalf. Eelektross going against the Dugtrio. I wasn't really thinking he was gonna switch out to it, but he did, and still doing some damage against me. I guess he was actually expecting me to switch out as well, not taking the next Stone Edge because he's faster. And I was kind of thinking he is sashed, but then again, there could be a chance that the Dugtrio could have been Choice Banded. Anyways, this thing comes in, I switch out to Garchomp, and I turn, go for the Flamethrower, easily take him out. Surprisingly enough, looking at his team, Scarf Garchomp Jolly would probably benefit me much more than Mega, but the thing about this is that I really wanted to use a Mega Garchomp. It looks absolutely ridiculously sick. This thing looks scary when you think about it. And everything about this design looks scary. It's a shark on land, yet it's got just the whole thing. It looks terrifying, man. You do not want to mess with that thing. He switches out to Dugtrio to be a Death Fodder. That is sort of understandable. So he can come in with Halucha. Halucha is gonna go for Sky Attack. I believe this is a Power Herb Sky Attack set with Unburden, which I believe is gonna give it +1 speed. So this thing is gonna outspeed most of the things, even Scarfer. So this is definitely a threat. But it still allows me to switch out to Xatu. I'm defensive. I know I can T-Wave it. I'm no position to overpredict because Halucha can high jump kick my team to hell and back. Probably in a position where I have to paralyze it to make it slower and dealt with it later on. But he switches out to Aromatisse. Definitely a right approach. And I switch out to Metagross because I do know that I can probably take Moonblast. Now that I think about it, Wish Protect, Moonblast, yeah, I guess he could still run Aroma Therapy. It's fine. He's gonna switch out to Clowitzo. I'm just gonna go for the Zen Headbutt. Thinking about it, I guess Zen Headbutt is probably the best choice in case he switches out, just because Meteor Mash he resists. and not to mention Typlosion takes it because the resistance, and Zen Headbutt is something that his team doesn't really appreciate as much as Meteor Mash at that point of time, with so many Pokemon still being alive and whatnot. Eruption is coming my way, absolutely ruined me with Bullet Punch, ladies and gentlemen, doing some damage. I really hoped here, I really hope that I can take this Eruption. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. That did an incredible amount of damage, being that it's that Eruption is not at max. Raikou of this nature is not running max speed. It's plus special attack because it's an event Raikou with Aura Sphere, and I believe it's got yeah, I believe he's carved still. I believe Specs would probably take me out. Anyways, Volt Switch on it afterwards, that's pretty great. He's gonna switch out this. I switch out to Xatu because this is actually a very devastating blow. Typlosion is an amount of HP where he can activate his Blaze. If he has Scarf, he's gonna outspeed the rest of my Pokemon without a doubt. That is actually kinda bit a dangerous position we're at right now, because what I need to do definitely is try to take this thing down. Now, because I did decide to go for the T-Wave, T-Wave is actually gonna start to give me some support, as my opponent is gonna get paralyzed. He's just gonna decide to go for the T-Bolt. He's gonna get paralyzed again, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely ridiculous. The thing about this is that he does, yeah, he does run the Protect, which means he can probably even stall my screens. Thinking about it, I should probably run Light Clay on, on Xatu, especially if you face a higher tier Pokemon. Xatu does not have the real, the bulk to really compare to those, so probably lefties are really not going to be gaining Xatu much. I should probably change that. He misses the Fire Blast, ladies and gentlemen. That is mighty unfortunate. Thinking about this, I don't say this a lot because it is not in my control to control hacks itself, so I feel like apologizing for something that is not in your control is beyond a person. But I do need to say that you deserve this to take me out and pretty much ruin my team completely, because of that miss you lost the match. There was no question about it. That would have been taken down. A Light Screen was already taken down. With the Light Screen, maybe Eelektross or Xatu could take one, but still he even missed the high jump kick. And sadly enough about the high jump kick is the high jump kick, I swear, is not 90%. This move tends to miss more than it tends to hit. I'm not talking about Protect. This is coming from my own experience, and that's why you don't see me using high jump kick. And being that it is incredibly dangerously powerful, 130. I always thought that was a mistake on Creator's part, but once I start missing, I start to realize there is something wrong with this accuracy display. There's just something really wrong with this. I've been seeing people missing this all the time. It's like Stone Edge at some degree. What do I know? Maybe we're just unlucky with that move. I still enjoyed it. It was at the end of the day, it was very close when you think about it. That Typlosion could have easily ruin my team. That Hawlucha was a problem because I had to definitely save my Xatu for Hawlucha in case it still. I believe it could run Stone Edge, right? But unstepped Stone Edge should not be enough. Where I could have T-Wave it. It didn't even come down to that. So anyways, guys, that's gonna be it from me today. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, good game to my opponent Ippi. Feel free to give it a like. Thank you very much, guys, for continued support. Until next time, take care. Peace.